Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about yielding the right-of-way. When you yield to someone, you let them go first. When you give someone the right-of-way, it's the same thing. You're letting them go ahead of you. When you have an instance like this, you have a stop sign and you pull up to that stop sign like this. You stop at the stop line and you know that traffic is going because they don't have a stop sign. Alright? Now, when it's clear, then you can come out here and go ahead and go whichever direction you're going to go. Okay? Now that is yielding the right-of-way to them. Now if you have a yield sign, that's a little different, just slightly different. Okay? If you have a yield sign, yield means you're letting the other people go first, but you don't necessarily have to make a complete stop. However, you still have to let cross traffic go first. Okay? If you come up to a yield sign, you look left, you look right, you look left, and then you can go ahead and go if it's clear. But if there's somebody coming, you have to let them go. The difference between a stop sign and a yield sign is basically stop sign, you have to make a complete stop. Yield sign, you still have to let other people go, but you don't have to necessarily make a complete stop. Okay? That's fun. Now, the other concept that you might see every once in a while is the blinking red light. And I understand this light's not blinking, but if you just do that with your eyes, that'll blink. Okay? A blinking red means that you come up and it is treated just as a stop sign. And you'll usually see a stop sign with that blinking red. Look left, look right, look left. And cross traffic will either have a blinking yellow, and again you got to blink to make that blink. And if they have a blinking yellow, they will go straight through cautiously. They don't have to stop with the blinking yellow. You have to stop with the blinking red. Blinking yellow does not have to stop. Now, if they have a blinking red also, then it's going to be a four-way stop. Okay? Four-way stop. Like that. If a blinking red is on all of these, then everybody's going to come together for a four-way stop. And speaking of a four-way stop, if you have four people stopped, and well, let's do this way. You have this person come up, and then this person comes up. The question is, who's going to go first? The person that's there first goes first. If it is a tie, if they get there at the exact same time, the person on the left needs to yield to the person on the right. That means the person on the right goes first. Okay, I did blinking reds, I did blinking yellows, I did four-way stops, I did yield signs, and one other concept I want you to see is the turn arrow. If you come up to an intersection with a turn arrow, and you are, I'm going to put this over here for the cross traffic right there. If you come up to that green turn arrow and you're going left, that green arrow means you have a protected left turn. And for a protected left turn, that means that the traffic coming towards you has a red light. And since they have a red light and you have the green left turn arrow, you will turn right away. And make sure that when you do your turn, you turn into the nearest available lane right there. You can't just go in any old lane you want to. You got to go in the closest available lane right there. So if you have a green arrow, you can go right away. All right? Now, if you don't have a green arrow, you've only got the green and that's it, you come up here. Now you cannot go right away. Think of it as you're going down the hallway and you're going to go left into your science room and you got a big old football player coming. You're probably not going to walk in front of him. He's got his right of way. He's going, okay? You don't want to be like up there and say, "I'm sorry, sir, I hit my face with your fist." Okay? You have to wait for him. So anytime you're crossing in front of someone else, you need to let them go ahead first. Unless, of course, you get the green arrow, which I don't think any hallways have. So if you have a green light only, that means that traffic coming at you has the right of way. So if you have the green light only, you're going to pull a third of the way through the intersection. Because if you don't, and traffic's really heavy, they keep going, they keep going, they keep going, and it turns yellow and it turns red, you can't go. You have to wait till the next rotation. But if you pull into the intersection about a third of the way, then you're guaranteed to go at least, even when it's red, you can go. So you pull a third of the way through the intersection, and when it's clear and nobody else is coming, then you can go. and take your first available lane. And by the way, you want your wheels to be straight until you do make your turn, because if you're hit from behind and your wheels are turned, you're going to go right into oncoming traffic. Kathwap, you don't want that, okay? So, in reviewing this, pull a third of the way through the intersection, and when it's clear, then you can go, all right? And even if you pull a third of the way through the intersection, you've pulled into the intersection, and if it turns red, these people are going to stop, you can still go, okay? If you pull into the intersection, it's called committing. You've committed already, you're in the intersection, even if it turns red, you can go. So those are some of the major concepts of yielding a right-of-way. That is in conjunction with Unit 2, Signs and Signals.